Right, we are into episode number 4. I'm going to do a quick showcase of what I did off screen and what I did on screen. Now, these two frame poses, I actually did these on screen. I did do that one off screen, so that did take me a little while. But I did say in episode 3, I'm going to go do frame pose 3 off screen, so you know, frame 5 and 6. Now, off screen, I had to rename these because they weren't very well set out. So I'm going to just go through a quick showcase what each part actually is. So this one here actually matches with that one, because that's why it's on that box there. So when you go to here, that one there, right, that one matches with that one, and then so on, so on. So I had to change the shape of these blur filters off screen. So I had to go and change the shape of this for each one. So let me show you how this is actually run so far. It's not a lot, but it does look pretty good so far. There we go. That does look pretty good, especially the legs. So for this video we're going to do frame pose 4, but that's probably what we're going to be doing for episode 5 as well. Now, someone's probably going to be asking me, how come there's only one version of color shade, only one version of knee shading, and one version of lips filter? We'll go inside here. Go here. Let me zoom in. Right, as you can see, there's a lips filter, right? And the reason why there's only one version of this is because if you go forwards, I only need to move the lips filter down a little bit and up a little bit between the different frames. Now, for the knee shading and the color shading, we'll explain the color shading, right? So there's this one here, which is just that part, and that part, right? As you go forwards and backwards, you'll see that the shape of the color shading doesn't change. Whereas, when you go to the knee shading, which is this one here, it doesn't change either. So what I mean by that, I mean as in, it doesn't change shape like into a circular blur filter or anything like that. Whereas with the highlights, which is different, right, that needed to change between each one, because I had to rotate and change the shape a little bit. Because if you go in here, it looks like that and that. So when we go out and then go to the next one, because it's a separate one, and go in here, the shape of it's different because it needs to be rotated a bit, and I need to keep that part the same. Also, I know it's a little bit complicated, but that part there, that part's actually part of this and this as well. I was going to make it be a separate blur filter, but I thought, what's the point? Just keep it in here. Keep it in the same, make it more simple basically. So yeah, I know what I'm doing 99% of the time when it comes to hair filters anyway and such, but yeah, well, graphic filters anyway, not hair filters, graphic filters. I keep getting mixed up. Okay, we are back into time-lapse speed 4. We're going to delete all the colouring off this, then we're going to move this up and rechange a few bits here, and then recolour in afterwards once it's all done. So yeah, that's what I have to do on every single frame pose. Yeah, I've said this a bunch of times, definitely make sure you've got onion skin on. It really helps, it helps like massively. It's one of the best features of any 2D animation software. So I'm going to move this here. Colour that in. I like to colour code stroke lines that I'm altering to green or blue, and then once I'm done I'll change it back to black. I've done that a bunch of times in my other tutorial art series. Colouring stroke lines definitely helps when you want to double click the right thing. If you like the video, please smash that like button, and you can also click subscribe as well. I get a lot more motivated when people tick like and click subscribe. Now obviously I much prefer having more view time over subscribes, because I noticed in some of my videos, sometimes the average view duration is like 2 minutes, and sometimes my average view duration is like 20 or 30 seconds. So yeah, I think it might be to do with the fact that not everyone knows English, because 98% of my videos tend to be in English. I've done a few videos where I talk in Japanese because anime related things and such. Now, a long time ago, back in secondary school, I learned some French and a little bit of German, but obviously since it's been like more than 15 years, I've mostly forgotten French and German. That's the thing. I did learn a tiny bit of Spanish back at college, but all I remember is things like Buenos dias, which means good morning. Yeah, that kind of thing. The most surprising thing is I learned French back at year 7, and then when I got to year 8 and year 9 I had to learn some German, and the problem is that it's hard to juggle learning French and German at the same time. But when I got to year 10, I just picked German over French because I was a little bit better at German over French. Also, the thing with German language is that it's a little bit closer to English than French is. And then after secondary school, I didn't study any languages at college besides English itself, obviously. And then when I got to university, I tried out the Japanese level 1 course, and that was actually pretty fun. So yeah, believe it or not, I have come across anime which is dubbed in Spanish and German and such, because I once watched an anime and you could only ever watch it in Japanese or watch it in German. So I thought, okay, we'll pick Japanese but with English subtitles. And I was actually surprised that there was like these 10-year-olds that were in it, and they had to put swearing in it. I was thinking, But one of the most surprising things about the Japanese dub for that one anime is that there was this one female character and she says "Itai-yo," which I believe it means that really hurts. I need to move this to the right so this fits with Yua's shin, otherwise this is going to look incorrect and it's going to mess up the future frames as well. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. The thing with colouring something in is that you have to alter it afterwards if you move the stroke lines off the colouring. There, all better. Oh no, wait, we need to move one of the circles round. Yeah, the thing with 2D animation is that you're gonna need to go forwards and backwards between two different frame poses. And also I just realised that buckle doesn't look quite right. I need to move it more to the right like that, because it's not going to make sense how it just suddenly widens. So yeah, we're going to need to fix that as well. Yeah, sometimes the stretching a small part actually does the trick. I think we're going to need to move that circle a little bit as well. You know, the hole here. There we go, that looks a lot more better. That looks more professionally made. There. And we'll just colour that in. I mean, after all, you wouldn't have someone's shin that goes outside the boot, because logically you'd have to have someone's shin, boy or girl, into the boot, not outside the boot. So yeah, you know, common sense and all.